Greetings, Sophisticated Intuition here with your September mid-month messages. Keep in mind, this is a general message and may not resonate with all of you. Also, the concept of time is an illusion. So although the message is intended to cover the remainder of September, whenever you come across this message is when it is meant for you. Before we begin, I just want to let you all know I will be adding birthday messages for each zodiac within their month. So be sure to subscribe to be notified when the birthday message has been delivered. All right, let's begin. Angels, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, and the Holy Spirit. What do the Leos need to know for the remainder of September? Okay, Leos. Interesting combination. For those of you who are new, I pull all of the information and then I will provide you with an intuitive guided message. Bear with me. Okay. I think I see where this is going already, but let me hold my tongue. Nice. Okay. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Okay. I can see, oftentimes with the cards I hear, but I can see like someone standing on one leg, trying to balance. Okay. So, oftentimes, especially for those of us who are experiencing a spiritual transformation, ascending, and gravitating more towards maybe a new age or spirituality, even with the Buddhist faith and followings that are not like our traditional Christian brothers and sisters, right? It can have you up in the clouds a lot. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm getting off of this balance, spirituality, and practicality card here is that get grounded, okay? You can do what's called earthing. So that's just taking your shoes and socks off. Us as humans, we especially I think more so in my culture that, you don't walk around barefoot, right? But there is something powerful that can happen when you connect with the ground, okay? And I'm not talking about the concrete. I'm talking about putting your feet into some soil, into the earth, okay? So there's some element about that will allow you to come back down to earth, okay? If that is for those who are going through the process of a spiritual transformation, maybe gaining some wisdom and insight from ancestors and, having a hard time just having a regular conversation with folks. It's time to get grounded, okay? All right, so this is for Leos. What is it that they need to know for the remainder of September? Leo Spirit, what is it that they need to know for the remainder of September? One more card from this deck, please, Spirit. Death and rebirth. This is giving me that Scorpio energy. And this has happened for a few of the signs today that this reading is not necessarily supporting the end of September only. It's taking us all the way into Scorpio season or all the way into the winter. Okay. But that talks about that transformation. Okay. That talks about endings for a brand new beginning. Okay. It talks about the life cycle. Okay. Oh, I forgot to check the dates, but we'll talk about it in just a moment. All right. Clarifying for Leos, please. What is it that they need to know for the remainder of September? Leos, what is it that they need to know for the remainder of September? Okay. Well, everybody getting this 10 of Pentacles. Everybody. All right. The World is here. So first you had Death at the bottom of the deck, and now the World. Those two cards pretty much say the same thing. New cycles beginning. Okay. Even the World kind of suggests a circling back around, but there is this new cycle that is coming into fruition for you. Definitely, it's here for you multiple times. All right, so it looks like, Leos, that I have what I like to call mini messages for individuals and then message for the collective. Okay, so let's get to it. Mercury retrograde. Okay, Mercury retrograde is coming in October. So I can see here that these messages are going to carry us into October and November potentially. Yes, at least. Okay. But the Mercury retrograde. When the Mercury is in retrograde, it is the illusion, right, that the planet Mercury is going backwards. What it does oftentimes is it causes miscommunications. It's not the best time to travel by anything that operates with technology. Okay. A lot of times we'll have situations where you send a text message to someone and they never receive it. And if you're one of those people who is like, why aren't you responding to me? And you get all upset. You didn't even realize that they didn't even get the message. And then they're like, I never got it. And they screenshot and they never actually received your message, right? That's an energy that I'm getting with this Mercury in retrograde. That time period as well. And that's why I was saying I forgot to check the dates. It's in October, but I forget what the dates are. So look that up, because there is definitely something going on here in Mercury retrograde. It's a time to, look over the things that you've done and make the corrections. Okay. Oftentimes during that time period, people from your past will reach out to you, and there is the potential here that someone is going to try to connect to you. Okay. In that time frame, someone that you haven't talked to in a while, and potentially someone who's toxic, because I have the Capricorn I use card here, and I just got this in the last reading, but it wasn't giving me that toxicity energy in here in their reading. In this one, it is. Okay. I'm getting that, that attachment energy, that obsessive, that's it, obsessive energy is what I'm getting. Okay. And then I'm getting healing right after that. And immediately when I was going to pick this card up, I heard you need to tell them I'm healed now. Okay. I'm not trying to go back and do that all over again with you. Okay. I'm a new person. Okay. I'm a new creature in Christ. Okay. If that's your belief, whatever. All right. Coming underneath the Mercury retrograde card is communication is key. Spirit's been making this really easy for me. He's been laying out message like a sentence. Okay. But communication is key is here. Okay. So there is definitely somebody who is going to, or it could be you, who's going to try to reach back and communicate to someone who's toxic. Okay. Who's not necessarily for your highest good. Okay. The answers you need are coming. This is telling me, Leo, that it's like you need closure. Okay. That's what I'm getting. That something may have ended with someone who was toxic, or the situation itself, the circumstances surrounding it was toxic, right? But there was no closure Maybe someone exited with a fit of rage and slammed the door, and you never heard from them again for months at a time. And then now here they come back around wanting to find closure. Okay, it may present itself as a like a reconciliation, but they're not necessarily coming. A reconciliation is not only about coming back together and being together. No, a reconciliation is coming into potentially mend the fences, or at least make an attempt to mend the fences, so that there's no bad blood between you, so that there's not that energy out there of I did this person wrong. I think it's like for those people who suffer from substance abuse and go through the programs, I think one of the steps is to go and apologize to the people that they wronged. Okay. Don't quote me on that. If you've ever had to go through that program, I don't know a whole lot about it, but in the work that I do, I see a lot of those individuals, and they share. Okay. So I do believe that that's a step in the process, is to go and try to make amends with the people that you've hurt, not necessarily to bring them back into your life, but so that you don't have that bad blood out there. And that's what I'm getting here, that somebody's circling back around. Could be you, could be them. Put the shoe on the foot that it fits, so that there's no bad blood out there. Okay. So that they're not sending you negative vibes, and you're not sending them negative vibes. Okay. A new start is coming. Okay. So out of this, a new start is coming. So for some of you, yes, it will be the type of reconciliation in which you come back together and you start to work on a new beginning with one another. For others of you, it is you're going to have that conversation. And I'd like to call them crucial conversations. There's a program that you can, or it's not a program, excuse me, a course that you can take on crucial conversations, which I have my certificate in. And you say, this is what you did that hurt me, or how you said this is how it affected me or impacted me. You give that person the space and opportunity, or first I should say, they give you the space and opportunity to express how that event or situation made them feel, and then in return you give them the same space and opportunity, without all the shouting, without all the fussing, but just two adults having a crucial conversation. Okay. And there's other elements to that, but in this particular reading, that's what I'm pulling up. Okay. There could have been a better way that you could have went about that. That's what I'm getting. Okay. You didn't have to just leave me out in the cold. You didn't have to just stop responding to my messages. You could have said to me, you could have been mature enough to say to me, I found someone that meets my vibration, and it's no shade to you. I love you and I love what we had, but this is the person that I want to be with. And open. These are just examples. Okay. This is an open and honest communication, instead of childishly leaving them out in the cold and not saying anything, and then next thing they know, they see you on social media in a full-blown relationship. That's the energy that I'm getting. Okay. That type of coldness can really do something to somebody. It takes them even longer to heal from a situation when they had no explanation for it. Okay. That's what I'm trying to get to, Leo. Whew. Larger message. Okay. Now let's get to your cards. So here we have the Knight of Wands with the Three of Wands. So this is that person, whether it be you or them. Okay. This is that fire energy. All right. The Knight of Wands is more Sagittarian, but still Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But in this particular reading, this is that player running in. Okay. And you've been waiting for it. Okay. Or like I said, put the shoe on the foot that it fits. They've been waiting for you to come in. Okay. Flying in with passion and desire. This is that person coming to talk to you. Okay. Or you to them. Here we are, the Ace of Cups with the Four of Cups. Your message is pretty much a sentence written out here, okay? All right, so it's like a brand new beginning with the Ace of Cups, right? But there's a missed opportunity here with the Four of Cups, all right? So the conversation is exactly the example that I just gave you, okay? Apply it in the aspect of life that it fits to, and try and help it resonate with you better. But because it could have very well been a job situation, a career where you have had to have a crucial conversation with your employer or your leader and explain to them how that made you feel. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're coming back to that job, but for some reason you needed to express yourself. Okay, I'm really picking this up as a romantic situation, but there's a need here to find closure, okay, for a opportunity that was missed in the realm of something that you loved or someone that you love. Okay, look, Page of Wands, Justice. Okay, some of that conversation is going to be about the justice that was served to this individual for how they left you or how you left them, whatever however it goes. Okay, that's some of this conversation. Since you've been gone. Who was that? Kelly Clarkson? Since you've been gone. Yeah. So Page of Wands and Justice here. Now, for some of for the rest of you here, I'm really getting like you may have won a court case or something to that effect, because with Justice we can definitely be talking about something in court, but there's a conversation on its way, okay, of justice, of closure, of a balanced and fair decision in your favor. Okay, now I'm gonna clarify here because I have the Five of Wands with the High Priestess, and it's almost like I said, like this sentence or this spelled out paragraph for me, where it's like you're having this conversation about how you did one another and how that made each other feel, and in the midst of that conversation and I knew that there was competition. Okay, and I knew about that. It wasn't a secret to me, but let me, this is very specific, guys, very specific. Let me clarify. Why is the Five of Wands with the High Priestess here with, for the Leos, for the remainder of September? Look, Two of Swords, okay? Because of a decision that needed to be made, but there was a hard time choosing here, okay? Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, there was some competition. Okay, there was with that Five of Wands. Three of Cups suggests third party energy here. Okay, but it also talks about a celebration and a reunion. Okay, happier times. Okay, so there is going to be happier times that are going to evolve out of this conversation. Be expecting, Leo, a message from someone from your past. It could just very well be a friend. Look, Page of Wands is at the bottom, is now at the bottom of the deck, and then the Five of Wands is right underneath of that. So there is going to be a conversation about this competition that came about that separated the two of you, will put you into a bad space with one another. And somebody is going to certainly be like, I knew all about that. I just didn't know what to do about it. Okay. Now we have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, I want to try to relate this to something else, but it just keeps coming out over and over again. I've decided to cut off what doesn't bring me here. So this person flying in for this reunion or reconciliation, it feels to me that one of you has the intention to mend the fences, make the apology, have the crucial conversation, sort things out for the purpose of not having anyone out there in the universe that has any bad blood or low vibrational energy towards them, that you don't leave a bad taste in their mouth. While the other one is under the impression that the return is because they want to get back together. Okay? And so in this conversation, it can go either way. We have free will. So if they come in for the return of this relationship, of this connection, is completely up to you whether or not you accept it as that and make it known that if you ain't gonna do right, you can keep on going about your business. I accept your apology, but this is what I'm trying to have out of life. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. So either, an apology is one thing, but true forgiveness comes from changed behavior. That's what I'm getting. Excuse me, Leo. Okay. The moon with the Six of Cups. So this is definitely somebody from your past, okay? This is definitely could be someone that you are romantic or were romantically involved with, even as in childhood, okay? With the Six of Cups. But this talks about memories, okay? And with the moon here, there's some hidden undertones, okay? And I'm going to clarify this as well. But there is also I'm getting this dreaming of something of the past, okay? Like something's been showing up in your past. Like this person you could have known since childhood, and you're having dreams about your childhood. Like you're into your adult, into your, you're of your mature age, but you're dreaming of them as when the two of you were children. And I can tell you I can relate to that. All right, so the moon and the Six of Cups for Leo. What is this about? Oh, the Hierophant and the Knight of Swords came out of there. Let me try and just get one spirit for the moon and the Six of Cups for Leo. Well, spirit don't want to give me just one. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so a divine turn of events. Like I said, there's a lot of things happening in your favor. And I know that this message has been very specific, so it is probably not going to resonate with everyone, but someone needed to know this, that someone is coming back around here. Even the Wheel of Fortune is suggesting that it's coming back around here. We have the World, rebirth. Okay, listen. Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords has come out here. So I feel like, again, with that dreaming energy, what I'm getting, Leo, is that someone's been watching you, okay? And that's the reason why you're dreaming about them, okay? So that takes me down my spiritual path, y'all. But that can happen quite a bit. If you have someone out there who's learning you, who's watching your social medias, looking at you from a distance, you're going to feel that energy, okay? And for right now, what I'm seeing for the Leos is that that's coming out in your dreams, okay? You're seeing them, and it's so much so. So we don't always remember our dreams, and I'm not a dream expert, so I don't know that we dream every night, but I know that we don't remember our dreams, even if we did dream every night. But in this particular case, what I'm seeing is that multiple times a week, you are dreaming about this person and remembering it. And so that's something to take into consideration here. So you do know who this person is with that High Priestess coming out there. Okay. All right. Romance angels. Okay, what's at the bottom? Children. That's that Six of Cups energy. So this is someone from your past. This is a childhood romance, okay? Definitely could be twin flame with that Six of Cups energy coming out twice now. So just know that if you're in union with your twin flame or your divine counterpart, this message may not necessarily be pertaining to that connection, okay? So we're not talking about that necessarily. We're talking about people who are not in union, okay, who are dreaming about each other, or one is watching, and I feel like one is watching the Leo, okay, with the Queen of Wands here. So that's the energy of the other, okay, whether that be your divine masculine or your divine feminine. And the Leo is dreaming about this, or having, could be even daydreaming about your childhood or the beginning of the connection, okay? If you have been so blessed to have them in this physical realm in this lifetime. So we took us down that path, okay? But, I just got taken back to this. So there's Five of Wands and the High Priestess, right? So, okay, I'm going to share. I'm going to be a little transparent. I try to keep this I try to keep it as private as possible because I'm a private person. But in the connection with my twin flame, when he started to venture off with someone else, I could literally feel the penetration. That's how connected we were. okay? Or are, I should say, because you can't disconnect. We are currently in separation. Unbeknownst to me, if union will return. But I could literally feel when he penetrated someone else. And this is what I'm getting off of this Five of Wands and this High Priestess here for you, Leo. You could literally feel when there was someone else coming in between the two of you, okay? It just took us down that path, all right? And you just didn't know what to do about it. Do I stay or do I go? Right? Okay, let me get back to these romance angels. And the reason why that came up is because it is safe for you to love has come out here. And it says, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And I laid that right down on the Ace of Cups. So heart chakra work is really important to get done for you in the remainder of September. But it is feeling like a forgiving energy. Someone is coming back. Someone is returning here to try to make amends. And one person is feeling like, yeah, let's work this out, while the other person is feeling like a little bit of two-part here. Let me feel you out. And that's for if they're single. If they're in a connection, then it's thank you for having that conversation with me, giving me that closure, and allowing us both to be able to move on with good karma going forward. Okay, so that's one. Then I have finances and careers. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So that's for some of you, okay? I just heard like somebody might be arguing over the money. You know, that can be one of the biggest issues in a connection. And it's so mundane, okay? It's so mundane, Leos. Like, try not to be in that energy. But it's like, I'm getting like somebody arguing over the finances. There's a disagreement about how they're being utilized. Okay, so try not to argue about that. Try to have that crucial conversation and compromise in your finances, because money comes and goes, right? And where we put our effort and energies into it, you know, and that's what I'm hearing. Like somebody wants to go play, somebody want to go travel and have a good time, while somebody else wants to build a business. And so you got those two different ideas. Well, the business can allow you to go travel and go play. So try to explain that to your partner, or try to listen to that from your partner, okay? If you're the one who wants to go travel. All right. Whew. Leo. What y'all doing for the remainder of September? All that information. Okay, so let me get the fairies for you. I want to use the fairies because at this time of the year is so mystical for me. In the United States, it's, you know, we're getting to go into autumn. It's cooler weather, camping trips, and all of that. And the fairies just feel like that's the theme. So here they are today. All right. For the sign of Leo, look at this. Okay. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. Yeah, so Leo, if someone is coming back around, they will in the Mercury retrograde. When Mercury goes into retrograde, be expecting some communication from someone, okay? And they're going to physically come in is what I'm getting with that Knight of Wands as well, unless you put that to a stop right away. But they are planning and intending to come through so that they can heal the situation, heal themselves, heal you by giving you the closure that you always needed, something like that. But this perfect timing card has come out, and it is just divine timing, okay? Divine timing is they could have been gone for years, but they're coming back now, okay? Yeah, all right. Okay, beautiful, beautiful message. Let me get you some spiritual guidance. All the messages have been really beautiful for the remainder of September. All right, for Leos, please, for the remainder of September. What is it? Thank you. Okay, yeah, a lot of heart chakra work going on for you. Solve Paludi, frequency 741. Let's see. Beautiful. I was just watching Narnia last night, and don't she look like the Ice Queen? All right. If you haven't watched Narnia, go do it. It's a good movie. Okay. Tune into your heart, and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. Okay, so Leo, just a little extra on that is what I'm getting is that this person triggers you, okay? They could have gone on a spiritual journey and ascended, and you've gone on a spiritual journey and ascended. The connection itself and the separation thereof caused growth. But there were things that have occurred that trigger you, put you on defense automatically, even when you hear their name, like, ugh, okay? But there's this element of a lot of love still in your heart for this person, okay? There's love and then there's being in love. So this is a love. A being in love would require a whole lot of work for this situation is what I'm seeing, okay? That's a new start coming, okay? So for those of you who this person is coming in and you plan or intend to reconcile with them and try to bring this situation into a full union, it's going to take work, okay? It's going to take work to get to I'm in love with you. You love them because it's that's the human thing to do, right? It's the spiritual thing to do. But it's going to take a lot of work to get there. So going back here with the South Polluti, what I'm getting on your spiritual guidance is that don't allow them to trigger you. Stay calm. Okay, when this comes back around, stay calm. Don't get into an argument with them. And if they start to try and argue with you, withdraw. Okay? Because I feel like you have moved on in life and you're not trying to entertain any of that. You don't want to expend your energy in areas or with people that is not for your highest good. All right? Okay, that's your message, Leo. Love and light.